Joe Motion Videos 82 here. It is time for a bonus G.I. Joe review. Today, well, we're going to be looking at something special. It's still G.I. Joe related. This is something that harkens back to my childhood. This particular item is not from my childhood, but doesn't this all harken back to our childhoods? But this is something special. This is the G.I. Joe Halloween costume. This particular one came out in 1982. I'll read the box to you here. It says, it's made by Ben Cooper. He is or was a premier costume maker here in the United States. His company may very well be still making things. I haven't seen anything from any of his masks in a long time, especially this stuff. They have better materials to make masks from. So it says G.I. Joe, a real American hero, mask and costume. Fabric complies with U.S. Flammability Fabrics Act. These costumes are flame retardant because a lot of kids were catching their costumes on fire prior to this act being passed. The costumes were made with a fire retardant put on them. Halloween, a lot of candles and things are being used to add a spooky ambiance. And kids, unfortunately, were setting their costumes on fire. And I do recall hearing that on the news a few times. It's additionally treated with a retardant flame, treated to retard flames. It says, do not wash fabric. Washing fabric removes flame retardancy. So what was special outside of shopping for these with my dad, he was really into Halloween and Christmas. Those were his two holidays. Was the smell. I'm sure a lot of you could, out there raise it. Yeah, that was me too. The vinyl on these costumes had it wasn't a terrible smell. I found it to be very pleasant. It just reminded me, okay, it's Halloween now. I have my costume, and I could start really celebrating Halloween. And for days afterwards, we would play with these until they tore. Then my mom would throw them away. So the label, the white label reads, G.I. Joe 1982 Hasbro, all rights reserved. It's a medium for kids 8 to 10 years old. It fits children 47 inches to 52 inches tall. I outgrew these pretty quick. I've always been a tall individual. Was usually the tallest in my class. So these costumes quickly became, sadly, unwearable for me, which was kind of disappointing. It says all vinyl exclusive of ornamentation, costume made in Taiwan, masks made in the U.S. The mask was made by Ben Cooper, by his company. This was purchased at Kohl's for $4.99. So since it was Kohl's, a higher end department store, I'm sure there's a pretty good markup on these. I do not recall the price of these. I'm thinking around maybe $3.50 for these costumes. So shopping at Kohl's, you expect a markup. And on the back, it tells you what it is. Ben Cooper costumes feature flame retardant. All fabrics in this costume comply with the U.S. Flammable Fabrics Act. In addition, treated to retard flame. Do not wash. Fabric removes flame retardancy. So they are really reiterating, do not wash this costume because it could melt. Yeah, if you catch it on fire. It's non-toxic. Ben Cooper costumes and masks are decorated with non-toxic materials. Color bright. The most brilliant fabrics and decorations are used, consistent with character design. And this is more than likely Grunt, because he was the face of G.I. Joe for a very long time. Vision. All Ben Cooper masks are extra large eye holes for better vision. Masks are flame-proof as well as ventilated. And we'll look at that feature as well. Mask fasteners. All Ben Cooper masks have mask elastics permanently attached. No sharp points. So, removing the lid, so you can see the little screen or the little window over it has detached over the years, but the seller was pretty good about keeping that on there. Treat this like an antique that it is. So here is the mask. You see, it's made from a flexible plastic. I remember these were very prone to tearing after a while of play. You see, it reads G.I. Joe. I'm sorry that this is mirrored. I can't figure out the camera. So there was somebody that offered some advice on how to keep that from mirroring. So please let me know. I forgot who it was. I would email you directly. Please, if you're watching, let me know how to correct this so I could give you a better quality video. So it is Grunt, and you can see the eye holes are a little bit bigger. It's ventilated. It has some holes up here under the nose and right here in the mouth. So you're able to expel a lot of the CO2 that we exhale, the waste product our body produces after the oxygen is consumed. So it doesn't build up in the mask and you pass out. It still has the original rubber band. These two broke off. I hated it because my mom would make me wear a beanie or a stocking cap, as it was referred to, under this to keep my head warm, also keep me from getting ear infections. So I would have to stretch this over that, and that would break the rubber band. But it's fastened by these tiny staples. And the original owner even wrote his name in there. Looks like it's Brian Eichner. So if there's a Brian Eichner that owned this, thank you for taking such great care of this, Brian. I have it in my collection now, and I promise you it is in a very good home. And I like the fact that they wrote G.I. Joe across there so people know who you are. Because that always bugged me as a kid. You walk up to somebody's door and I know who I am. I know who I'm supposed to be. Oh, what are you supposed to be? He's like, look, it says G.I. Joe. I'm G.I. Joe today. I'm a G.I. Joe character. So come on, stop asking me what I'm supposed to be. Just read my costume. All right. It also came with this vinyl costume. Has a good picture of Grunt on it. Has the famous G.I. Joe belt. So it shows grunt there on the front, and again, it reads G.I. Joe. So it's very unmistakable who you are. So don't ask me, who are you? Or what are you supposed to be? I am G.I. Joe. Okay? I was Yoda a few years in a row. The mask was always blue for some reason. And I had a good picture of Yoda here on the front. So, looking at this costume, it stretches all the way down to the legs. It's open in the back so you could climb into it. And it has these ties for around your neck. Again, Brian wrote his name inside here, so everybody knew that this was Brian's costume. And obviously, Brian loved this costume. He took very good care of it. The vinyl is still in great condition. There's no tears in it. The paint has not worn off on this. Took very, very good care of this. And the fabric it's still intact. The shoulder up here is starting to separate. I'm sure that was just from play, but it is heat welded. So it's understandable that, you know, after 40 some years, or 30 some, it's not quite 40 yet. You know, 82, I was 10. Or not 10, but 8. So, almost 40 years, 38 years. So, you know, this is a very nice piece to own. I don't remember how the factory has them folded up in the boxes, but I just followed the creases that Mr. Brian Eichner folded up as. And, you know, I'm just so impressed with this costume. I'm very proud to have it as a part of my collection. Not really a vintage costume collector. I'm sure there are people out there who do that, but that's just not what I collect. Yeah, I have costumes, ones that I have made for cosplay. So yeah, in a way I do collect them. So thank you very much for tuning in. That is like I said, this is a bonus review that I had promised. I have extra time today and I got to keep my voice. So I was able to make that costume review for you, and I do greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you're wondering what my t-shirt says, it says, I've got your back. So, you know, a skeleton handing the spinal column to the other skeleton. So, I'm sure you guys have seen these at Walmart. I wanted a really cool glow-in-the-dark one, but they don't have them in 2X. Why? Because I'm tall and fat. That's why. If you're wondering how tall I am, 6'6", 78 inches. I don't know how to break that down into centimeters for everybody outside of in Europe and other countries that use the metric system. We are on I think it's called the Royal system, something like that. It's the King system. I don't know, but it's interesting. We deal in inches, not the metric, which everybody should just. I think everybody should just do metric. It'd be a lot easier. But anyway, that's just my opinion. So thank you guys very much for watching this channel and for adding your comments. I get a kick out of some of your comments, your humor, but I appreciate all of them. You guys are wonderful. I enjoy speaking with you. I even have a viewer in Japan. So nobody do. Hello. I wish I spoke Japanese. I would speak to you and So, domo arigato. That's about the extent of my Japanese language. Oh, so guys, thank you very much. This will be, unfortunately, my last review for October, but I still have one more Friday Night Frights coming up. Sad that October's ending, but I'm ready to just get this year over with. I received a letter in the mail about a vaccine trial. It's ready for human testing. 4 vaccines are ready. For the COVID vaccine, I have called to volunteer. They haven't screened me yet to see if I'm a candidate. They need healthy individuals. I don't know if I will meet that qualification since I have a pacemaker. So they're very strict about that. They don't want to cause you harm. But I feel an obligation and a duty to participate in that trial to see if these vaccines will be safe enough for humans to get them out to you guys. Because I'm doing everything I can on my part to help you guys in this fight against COVID. It's the first global pandemic we've had in over 100 years. And you know what? Frankly, well, no, SARS was a pandemic too, but we stomped that out pretty quick in 2003. So this has been the worst. It's very equivalent to the influenza pandemic, the Spanish influenza. But like I said, my heart goes out to you guys, your families, the ones who have lost family members. It's going to be to the point where everybody will know somebody, either through relation or friendship or an acquaintance. It's just getting, those numbers getting up there. I was so excited to see the numbers dropping. It's like, finally, it's starting to fall. People are complying. And yes, people are complying, but not enough. It has to be 100% compliance. There's just no reason for it not to be. Absolutely no reason. There are masks readily available. Surgical masks, the ones that we use, the paper ones. There's cloth masks everywhere, so there's no excuse not to wear them. But I don't want to get off on another tangent, so I'm very passionate about this, about your health. So anyway, guys, stay safe out there, please. Please have a fun and safe Halloween. If you guys are out trick-or-treating, I'm going to be passing candy out in my area. But what I plan to do is I'm just going to sit in the driveway, as always, with my little lantern burning. I'm just going to have the bowl of candy setting far away from me and have it individually wrapped in plastic bags so the kids will feel safe. I was thinking about just handing it out with gloves on, but I'm still going to be, my arms are only so long, it's going to be within the 6 feet. So no, so it's going to be setting out. And other people have built candy ramps, a long tube that they'll just shoot the candy down. It's kind of fun. The kids catch it in a bag. That's kind of cool. But I'm not going to buy a bunch of PVC pipe for one night unless I intend to use it next year. But I do not intend for this to be around next year, but if it is, I appreciate the business, but man, I am wiped out. I'm sure everybody else in healthcare is, but anyway. I'd rather not have anything to do than do what I'm doing. I've seen too much. I'm getting cranky. It's why my eyes red. I'm cranky. Trying out these new contacts. Yeah. They finally came in. I ordered them a month ago, and these red contacts finally came in yesterday. They're very comfortable. Made by Maxi Girl. So I'm a Maxi Girl. Yeah. So review over. You guys stay safe this Halloween. Don't drink and drive, okay? If you get plastered, call an Uber. A lot of cab companies will pick you up, drop you off at your house, and give you a free lift back to your car the next day. That's an incentive right there, isn't it? I personally am a designated driver, so when my friends go out and party, I have them call me and I pick them up if I can't go up there with them. So I support that strongly. And you kids, stay safe as well. Don't eat your candy until you get home so your parents can look through it to make sure everything is okay. There have been poisonings, but most of those have been through family members. Been proven. The razor blade and apple, that happened once. It's not an urban legend. I was given an apple one year, and my brother cut it in half for me, and the inside of it was rotten. So he said, it looks like somebody injected something into it. So apples, I don't think, really rot from the inside out. It's outside in, from bruises and stuff. But so who knows? I mean, that was 1977, so who knows what it was. So anyway, guys, thank you very much. I'm going to keep the brick wall up behind me and the candles, but Skeleton Fred is coming down. I'll probably put one of my Cobra flags back up, or adorn the wall with action figures. Who knows? But thanks, guys. You guys stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Be safe. Be safe. Be safe. And we'll see you Friday for my last installment of Friday Night Frights. Lord Vampire will be back. Count Vampire. I haven't quite come up with a solid name for him yet. So anyway, take care. Wash your hands, wear your masks, social distance. Kids, keep your masks on at school. Don't trade them with your friends. Whatever you do, if you do, wash them, have your parents wash them, and then bring it to school and trade it. I hope I haven't given you guys any ideas, but I know how kids think. Remember, please be kind to everyone, especially be kind to animals. They know nothing but unconditional love. So we'll see you Friday. Till then, bye-bye. It's Joe Most Videos 82 signing off.